Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. And videos a day from man only. Leftover women learns the hard way why men are walking away from marriage. Mid-Tow, passport bros. Please extract them below. Really appreciate that. See that chow. It's chow time.
My partner canceled our wedding 2 days before it was supposed to happen.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been making waves. Leftover women learn the hard way as more men are walking away from marriage and dating. It's a conversation that needs to be had. So stick around as we delve into the reasons behind this trend. And if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with all our latest videos. Let's get started.
My husband and I are divorcing, and we've started mediation, but we're only like one visit in, and we have nothing on paper. Nothing is in the courts, nothing. So we are still married. This house is still half his. Everything is half his, half mine, theoretically. And I know I've said at some point, like, all I care about is custody of the kids and being able to support them and keep the house. Like, I don't care.
That's everything. The kids, money to support yourself, and the house. You're asking for child support, you're asking for the children, you're asking for alimony, and you just ask for most of the property. How is that just barely surviving?
What furniture you take. Like, I know I've said that out loud, but just sort of like in a non-concrete way. And today I was at work and the ring cam went off, and I looked at my watch and I saw a moving truck backing into our driveway and him moving furniture out. I had no idea this was happening. I didn't know what he was taking, and I was at work. I work in special education for elementary.
You said you didn't care about the furniture and stuff. You just wanted the house. And then now you're going to bring in your work because you work with special education elementary school. Who gives a fuck about that? That has nothing to do with your marriage or your fucking divorce right now. You're just going to use it for sympathy because you work with special kids.
Elementary kids. I can't just leave. And I don't even know that I could stop him because it's his house and his stuff. But now I'm sitting in my car in my driveway and I can't go in there because I don't know what's gone. And I don't know how I'm going to handle it when I see things not there. So what I'm saying is, this is worse than cancer, and I've had cancer twice.
What? And you've had it twice? One of my best friends got leukemia when he was in high school. I remember this very well. And his words, almost verbatim: I would never wish this even on my worst enemies. That's how horrible of a time he had trying to recover, going through the freaking lumbar punctures and all these things. Shut the fuck up.
So if anybody has any tips for literally surviving, hit your girl up.
Brothers, divorce can be a real nightmare for men, especially when it feels like the cards are stacked against them. This woman seems to want it all while he gets nothing in return.
Yep.
It's a sad reality that many men face in today's society. It's interesting how she prioritizes the most valuable things like the house and kids, but then turns around and gets upset when he takes some furniture. He's just giving her what she asked for, the house and custody of the kids. Yet, she still finds a way to complain. Talk about ungrateful. And let's not forget her whole, half his, half mine mentality. She says she only wants the house and custody, but then throws a fit when he takes some material goods. Where's the fairness in that? He's still losing out, even after leaving her with what she wanted. It's clear that all these women care about is themselves. Once they enter your life, they have no qualms about taking everything and giving nothing in return. They'll even start playing the victim card on social media, highlighting every little challenge they face to get sympathy and attention. But real men see through the facade. They know that her health issues or life struggles are just excuses. The real problem lies with her selfish and ungrateful attitude.
Damn
And if
right.
she's not careful, she might find herself alone, with nothing but her own bitterness to keep her company.
Everyone always says it's gonna be okay, but no one really knows that. That's just what you say. I just feel like it's a little bit unfair. I'm so
Fake
over
crying right
like,
there.
when is it gonna be my turn? What did I do wrong?
Yeah,
The thing
definitely
is, I don't
fake
even want to
crying
be
just for
getting
the
married or
camera.
having kids right now, but I'm just starting to get nervous. What is wrong
Her covering her face and doing all that, all a fucking act. I'm getting good at this now, guys. Like, I can tell right off the bat.
with me? I don't know why it's so easy for some people. I just feel like I'm never gonna find the person, if I even have a person. And I don't want to sit around swiping on fucking dating apps and going on these first dates where you just sit down and you're like, let's see if we like each other. It just feels so forced. I don't want to be alone forever. I feel like we're playing musical chairs, and if I don't spend time on it right now, then I'm going to be the last one standing up when everyone sits down and everyone's going to get married and start having kids, and then I'm just going to be like the last single person and no one is going to have time for me. Like, I didn't have a bad childhood. It wasn't like super traumatic. But then, like, if it wasn't purity culture that messed me up and made me afraid to, like, date and take risks, then what is it? Like, why am I such a pussy? I just feel like I'm always working so hard on something. I'm always working toward a goal. Like, when is it going to be my turn to, like, fall in love?
You fucking lying whore. Always working for the goal. Always working. What the fuck? You're lying. Because if you were always working since your 20s for that goal of being married and all this, you would have been married by now. I almost guarantee 110% if you would have focused on that goal when you were in your early 20s, you would have been married by now. So don't give me this lying bullshit saying that, oh, I worked so hard. I've been working on this goal forever. Fuck out of here. You didn't work for shit. You waited this whole time. You let all the good guys go away and put them in the friend zone and fucked around with all the Chads, and none of the Chads and Tyrones committed to you. And now you're in this boat asking, what's going on?
And relax and, like, chill. Even with content has been so fucking cool over the past few months, but I still don't feel like I'm in a place where I have, like, such an engaged community that I can relax. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what people want to see from me.
Engaged community? You guys are so engaged. I can't even relax. There's so many comments I get. I try my best to read all the comments. It's not, once you're more successful and get more comments, it's not easier. It's not like you just get to chill. I don't get to chill. I constantly have to look at comments. I constantly see, people, giving me constructive criticism. I see people hating on me. I see people loving on me. I see people sharing their stories of what happened to them. It's a lot of work to deal with when you have so many comments. So I don't see why that's going to make your life better and more smoother or easier when you have so many comments to read and go through.
And that's so consuming. And when stuff doesn't do well, it just feels like my life isn't interesting enough. God, I always used to say that, like, how can you even record if you're that upset? I don't know if I can post this.
The real issue isn't a lack of good men, but rather a shortage of high-quality modern women in the West. It's a sad truth that many of us men have witnessed time and time again, the meltdown of women who've lost their way. These types of women make everything about themselves and fail to understand the importance of reciprocation and respect in a relationship. They've reached a point where they realize their chances of snagging a good man are slim, and who's to blame? Certainly not men, but rather feminism. Feminism has led many women astray, filling their heads with false notions of empowerment and equality. But in reality, they've only created division and confusion among women, leaving them unsure of what they truly want in life. I, for one, have no sympathy for women like this. They've spent years competing with men and preaching about equality, yet they fail to grasp the fundamental differences between men and women. Differences like the ticking biological clock that waits for no one. These women keep falling for chads who bring nothing to the table except their chairs. They're drawn in by empty promises and toxic behavior, only to be left asking, where are all the good men? Well, Newsflash, ladies. Good men don't want to be treated like second-class citizens.
Damn right.
If you want a good man, you have to be good yourself. You have to show love and respect not only to yourself, but also to those around you. It's time to wake up and realize that true happiness comes from within, not from chasing after empty promises and toxic relationships.
So overweighting. Like, when is it gonna be my turn? What did I
Never.
do wrong?
It's too late now.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna get made fun of for posting this, but
Yeah, you will.
I don't care.
I will be.
Like, it is so hard to articulate how being single in today's life is. And I feel like this creator just, like, I feel like this every day, and I'll break down and it's so discouraging. And then
Woo-hoo.
the analogy where she said something about musical chairs and how it feels like you're going to get to a point and everyone's sitting and then you're the only one standing, and there's
Girl, you don't have to worry. There's going to be plenty of women standing. Plenty. There's not enough chairs to go around because us men are leaving. There's only so few men that still want to get married in the West. You guys got maybe like 10 chairs out of the 1,000, a lot of you guys.
there's not going to be anyone left. It's like, that's exactly how I feel, because I'm like, should I panic, date someone, or I've waited this long? Like, I should just keep waiting until it's the right person or the right
I waited this long. I didn't actively search. I didn't actively do anything. I didn't put in work. I just waited.
fit, and I haven't found that yet. And then I'm starting to just like question myself. And I mean, like, I have faith. My like mom passed away, so I have like a feeling that she handpicked someone for me, but I also don't know if that's just me being optimistic to
What about your dad?
like survive. Yeah, I don't know. It's lonely and it's so disheartening, but also you like grow and you're
I'm glad you men and us men don't make videos like this about us being lonely and, like, oh, the world's against us or whatever it is. We just gotta take it in the chin and deal with it and move on. And I'm telling you guys now, grit. Grit is probably the most redeemable quality in failures. Why? Because if you can pick your fucking broke ass back up and rebuild yourself again and again and again, you will never quit. And sooner or later, you will figure it out. But you need grit. You need that inside of you to say, I still need to keep moving forward. I don't give a fuck if I failed. I don't give a fuck if I'm in debt. I don't give a fuck if I can't find a girl. I'm going to move forward, make the money, get the girl, and get the fucking life I want. And it's going to be hard, but I'm going to still do it. And I'm going to fail probably 10 to 100, maybe 1,000 times along the way. But I'm still going to fucking reach that goal. That's grit, guys.
singleness, and I like myself more than I ever have when I was with somebody or even not. That I just like love my own company now. So why would I risk that? But it
now
is
you love your own company.
literally
Sounds lonely.
so traumatizing in today's
Everything is traumatizing, guys. Everything. All these women are just traumatized because they can't get men.
day and age to be single. I'm like going into going into my like going into like my 5th summer of going to weddings alone, and it's just like
So 5
it really
years?
does a number on you. And my dads will keep saying, what's wrong with you, or why don't you have someone yet? And then other people say they'll come, and it's just like, will they? I don't I'm starting to just kind of think that they won't. So
Still. So before she wasn't actively working towards it or looking for it, and now she's still just sitting there waiting and hoping it was going to show up. Nope, no proactiveness at all.
I don't know, but you're not alone. I feel like this. I know my single friends feel like this, and
I thought you guys were all
just praying
strong,
that you find your
independent.
person.
You guys don't need no
That's
man.
all any of us
But you saying all of your friends, all of
want
your
in
single
life.
friends
So
feel this way? Shocker.
It's a sad reality that many leftover women are facing a loneliness crisis, but it's a consequence of their past actions and callous behavior towards men. They've pushed away good men with their unrealistic expectations and entitled attitudes, and now they're left wondering why they're alone. These women have a tendency to live off their partners without contributing anything meaningful in return.
Yep.
They expect to be treated like princesses while offering little in the way of support or companionship. They've bought into the idea that masculinity is toxic and have chosen to reject good men in favor of independence. Or maybe they all want grizzly bear. But guess what? These
Grizzle,
men aren't
grizzle.
complaining. They're perfectly content being single and avoiding the drama that comes with relationships with women who see them as nothing but garbage. In reality, these women are insecure and unwilling to embrace their femininity.
And broke, dusty, and musty crusty.
They believe the world revolves around them and expect to be pampered and catered to at every turn. But men have wisened up to their game and are no longer willing to play along.
Hell
They're
no.
choosing to prioritize their own well-being and happiness instead of getting tangled up in toxic relationships with entitled women.
My partner canceled our wedding 2 days before it was supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a complete state of shock, hurt. I feel abandoned. I'm in so much pain. I need support. I need advice.
My heart goes out to her. I know this has to be extremely painful, but my hope is that one day she'll see this as a blessing, that you did not marry a man who would get up there in front of God, family, friends, you, and everybody else and say some vows that he did not mean. If he did go through with the wedding vows, you could have been feeling the repercussions of a man that didn't really want to do it throughout the entire marriage. You could have been wondering, why doesn't he touch me? Why doesn't he do anything romantic? Why does it feel like I'm in a loveless marriage? You could have been wondering, is it me the entire marriage when that man knew? He may have even known when he put the ring on your finger in the first place, but he was willing to go through the motions. This man saved you a lifetime of misery because there's nothing more miserable than being in a relationship when you're the only one who wants to be. One day you'll realize that he spared you from a horrible life and set you free to go on and live an amazing one. You deserve a love that you don't have to question, that you don't have to doubt, that you don't have to beg for, that you don't have to...
No, you don't. You don't deserve any of this. Nobody does. You have to earn these things.
...feel obligated to accept. You deserved better than him. You may not have known that, but I think he did.
Woman, let's address the elephant in the room.
What?
The pressure some of you put on men for marriage, only to turn around and want out later. It's a real issue, and frankly, the law doesn't do us any favors by rewarding this behavior.
Yeah, it couldn't have been, oh, he proposed to her, then she finally showed her true colors because she thought she had the ring, and all of a sudden he was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. I'll take the hit on all of the money. I'll take the hit on all the wedding stuff that I already put down payments on because I don't want to be with you.
Men aren't conditioned to value love, marriage, or weddings the same way women are.
Nope.
To be desirable as a wife, a woman should ideally have retained her virtue, not just because of what she wants, but because it speaks to her character. But more important than her history is her attitude, a friendly, cooperative demeanor, and an acknowledgement that she can benefit from a man while also contributing to his life. In simpler terms, it's about giving off the vibe of being able to add value to a man's life, rather than just seeking to use her skills and earning potential to gain leverage over him. Another key quality is being low maintenance, a woman who isn't constantly demanding expensive things from her partner. These qualities used to be more common in the past, but with the rise of feminism, they've become increasingly rare.
I think this part is, the materialismness is part of social media. And feminism too, but mostly social media.
And let's be real, with women bringing very little to the table, It's no wonder men aren't exactly lining up to approach them. But even if women were to take the initiative and approach men, it's still risky territory. Men are hesitant to enter into relationships where they feel they have little to gain and much to lose. And let's not forget the overlooked issue
I
of
mean, when you really think about it, what do we really gain? Pussy? With most women? I don't know much else that I gain other than that. Like, their feelings, support? Nah.
men being abused by women. Society just doesn't seem to care. So, woman, before you start pointing fingers at men for not marrying you or calling off the wedding, take a good look at yourself and ask
Correct.
if you're really offering what a man wants in a partner. Because until you do, you might find yourself waiting a long time for that fairy tale ending.
So women, I would love your fucking help right now because I'm seeing mostly comments from mean men calling me the worst names in the book, okay? Fat, looking like an iceberg from the neck down, never will find a man, why would a man ever want me, because I basically have an opinion, or, you know, don't care if I have the cookie cutter life that everyone wants us to. Like, yeah, I understand that as I get older, it's harder to have children, but my whole point is that it's not everyone's fucking goal.
It might be the goal of the man that you want. It might not be your fucking goal, but it's the most men that are highly successful. They want children. They want to pass on their legacy. If you can't do that, guess what? You're out of the picture.
So I would love, like, the women to jump in and just, like, maybe help out a little bit on my latest TikTok. That'd be so fucking cool because right now I'm not okay. Right now, your girl is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't know that this many people were going to hate what I had to say. Also, it's viral on Twitter and not on TikTok. So I monetize on TikTok. I don't monetize on Twitter. And someone else is monetizing off sharing my TikTok, where they are just absolutely shitting on me. Like, when I scroll through X real quick, when someone shared saying that it was going viral, not one good comment.
You must have said
not
stupid
one
shit.
person backing me up. I mean, am I that out of left field, or
Yes.
am I like,
You probably are.
what is happening here? It's not even looking 50-50. It's looking like 90-10 on me, in my opinion, of, like, not wanting to be called old at 29 years old. Like, can someone help me? I'm drowning over
Sorry,
here.
oldie,
I
huh?
need the ladies. I need the girlies. I need the girlies to jump in and just, like, again, why are men telling us what we should be doing with our bodies? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
You've been telling us what we should be doing with our bodies and our careers this whole time. We're just telling you we don't want you. We didn't tell you anything else other than we don't want you. You're old. That's it. We didn't say go get kids.
Fuck. I thought I was gonna get the girlies in here. Like, woo, woo. And I do see it every once in a while, but, like, at the bottom. So, please. Please.
See, that's all they do, guys. They post on TikTok, they post on Instagram, they post on these things. Why? To get validation, to get, confirmation bias from their girls. They don't actually do it for growth and understanding and learning.
Please back me up.
No, nobody's
It's all,
backing you up.
like, you see it on TikTok, or on Twitter. Oh my god. I want to crawl in a hole.
You
Crazy
should.
cat lady. I see you're still clinging on to that feminist ideology, but let me tell you, it's destroying everything. We've got a declining population in America, so why do women
1.6?
keep pushing this narrative of independence? It's like they're so insecure that they need validation from other women who share their same mindset.
Yep.
Maybe it's time to embrace the cat lady life and get yourself some furry companions. No one's trying
they'll
to
have
control
you.
on what to do with your body, but let's face it, biology clock doesn't care about your feelings.
Nope.
It's a cold, hard reality that many women will only realize when they're older and feeling the heartache of loneliness. But instead of facing the truth, these women would rather stick to their comforting lies. Women like her waste their youth having fun, and then wonder why they're still single in their 30s. Maybe it's time to reevaluate that attitude and realize that men aren't looking for combative, masculine energy. They want someone soft, nurturing, and feminine. So, if you're feeling a bit triggered by this, maybe it's time to take a step back and consider whether your attitude is really serving you well. Because at the end of the day, Men don't want a woman who's constantly at war with the world.
Shout outs to Man Only. You know, I went hard on these women, but they need to hear this shit. I mean, the few women that watch my channel, hopefully they learn something. But us guys, this is the type of women that are out there, guys. You see how they act. You see that they take no accountability. You see that they've just been waiting. And they're still going to be waiting for us to do all the work, for us to do everything to make them happy. These aren't the women we want. Passport Bros. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.